Hi YouTubers, this is Rose, pertaining to Rose. Just wondering if you're prepared for winter yet. So, as a born and raised northerner from Pennsylvania, now I'm in Iowa, we learned how to prepare years ago. You gotta make sure you got plenty of oil for the oil furnace, or gas for the gas furnace, or wood for the wood stove, or pellets for the pellet stove, and so on like that. But you know, certain parts, sorry, the sun's in my eyes one way, and the other way my arm keeps shaking. So, you can be in certain areas where you can get snowed in, for weeks at a time. My dad used to get snowed in for weeks at a time. When he would start running out of groceries, people would have to bring them to him on a snowmobile. That's how snowed in he would get. But of course, he was on the side of a mountain up there, and so you had to be prepared. So when he would go and buy soda, he would buy 10 cases at a time, especially this time of year, knowing that winter can start anywhere around Thanksgiving and last the whole way up to March. That's a long time for a winter. So he would go and he would buy lots of water. Well, we always made sure we had plenty of water on hand. Candles, oil lanterns, enough oil, and wicks for the lanterns, lighters, batteries. I tell you a couple tricks though, especially if you're in the north. So keep a small candle inside an old coffee can in your car. Make sure you put a pack of matches in there so you always have something to light it with. If your car dies or you run into a snowbank and you're stuck and you know you're going to be sitting in a spot for a long time before anybody can get to you, instead of running your car where the snow can pack up against your exhaust, which you want to keep that area clean anyway, but you don't want to keep running your car, you can light that candle and put it inside that can and left that will heat your car long enough to keep you from freezing. It really will. It will heat up the size of car. It will keep you from freezing. It will keep you above the freezing level. It's not enough heat to keep you warm, but it'll be keep you from, dying, freezing to death. So, some of the other things are we would buy about 3 weeks worth of food. We made sure our freezers were packed, but again, we always made sure we had canned meat just in case we lost power. If we lost power, then it was a race to cook up everything out of the freezer. If it's goes longer than 24 hours, your freezer is not gonna be good. You can't keep going in and out there, so we would cook it up. But the candle trick, that works. So always make sure I have lots of stuff on hand. If you have oil lanterns, make sure you have plenty of wicks and lots of oil, extra oil. My dad always kept lanterns. He always had them. He grew up with lanterns, so, you gotta make sure you have enough clean clothes. Make sure your laundry's caught up. You got plenty of stuff. If you lose power, you can't do it. You just gotta make sure you're prepared. So, make sure you have savings put back, just in case your work closes down for 3-4 weeks and you don't have a paycheck going in. Make sure you have savings. I'd put back at least, 6 months worth of savings, just in case anything happens. So you always have that cash on reserve. Back home, it's funny because everything would close for 2-3 days, but the bars would always stay open. So here's another tip. Bars always have bread. They always have bread and they always have pretzels. Go to your local bar if they're open, and make sure you get you know, whatever bread you can or whatever pretzels and stuff like that. They always have stuff like that on hand for some reason. Just a few, you know, a few uppers here and there. Make sure you have enough food to last a month, just in case you have a 3-week closeout. It might take you a week before you get shoveled out of there and you're able to get back on the road to go get groceries. Make sure you have what you need. You never know. So, I was born and raised in a farmland area. Although I consider myself a true mountain girl, I love the mountains. That's where I always wanted to be. That's where my heart is. And I've always just learned to live like that. You know, it's so smart. Now, we get closed down maybe 2 or 3 days, depending on how big the storms were. But where my dad lived, he was snowed in for weeks. For weeks. And he had to be ultra prepared. Ultra prepared. So he'd do whatever, he would freeze. Ever hear of freezer pickles? He'd make himself freezer pickles because he was addicted to them. He loved them. So he always had stuff prepared. He always had plenty of stuff. And he would make up his tomato sauces and freeze it. That way he had plenty of sauces for chili and spaghetti and whatnot. And you just got to make sure you're ready. This winter's coming. I know today's kind of like more like a vlog, but I'm keeping it short because we got lots of errands to run today and we got to go clear to Iowa City, which is quite a drive. It's like 100 miles away. Everything here is so far. I'm not sure, but I think that's where the nearest Costco is. It's 100 miles away. So, we got some errands to run. We're running up to Iowa City today to get some supplies. We're getting our stuff ready. Getting ready for that winter time. Just make sure you're prepared. You know, just put back a few things. I don't know. We had all the sirens going off last night. They had a bunch of wind whirlies in the area. And the sirens went off for a long time. So, wind whirlies are like little tornadoes here. You know, back at home, we got like jumpers come through once in a while, but they're not as often as what they are out here. They have a lot more tornadoes out here. So we'd get more hurricanes and southeastern snows coming in and the lakefront snow and stuff like that. But the sirens went off forever. It just would not stop. I was like, all the dogs kept howling to make sure we heard those sirens. They were trying to get our attention. But anyways, I'm going to make this another short one today. Maybe up in Iowa City I'll be able to do a decent video up there. Still hanging in there. I'm still hanging in there, people. My days to the 100-day video challenge is getting there. I can't wait till it's over because I just want to be able to upload when I want to. Every day is hard. Every day is hard. Although my numbers really grew. I truly appreciate you all. I love you. I thank you. And I hope this illness is done soon. Right now we're deep cleaning everything in the house. Everything. So now I got tons of blankets and comforters to wash and pillows and everything. Everything's being deep cleaned. Because of this illness that we're all just keep passing around. Okay, guys. Well, I love you. Out to you. Have a great day. Stay warm this winter. Make sure you're prepared. Definitely make sure you're prepared. And you have a safe, happy Halloween coming up. Love you all. Bye.